How's it going, guys? Next part of my customization video log. First one for Shoot Loot Scoot. We are going to be disassembling one of these to take the front panel off, and then spraying it in a lovely purple colour. We've also got some clear sealer as well, so fingers crossed it all goes to plan. So first of all, I'm going to start taking all the screws off. There's 4 screws on the back, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and I'm going to prise it apart. Then I'll come back and show you the internals of the controller. So fingers crossed, and we'll get going. Okay, managed to get the controller apart. We're now in 2 parts. The best thing to do is take your time. You unscrew the 4 screws, and you almost have to kind of prise it apart. It's good if you've got fingernails, or if you could be really careful using a small flat-headed screwdriver just to prise it open. Keep all the screws handy. A little black piece might fall off. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's your reset switch. Put that to the side, and then what you're granted is the back of the panel, which has got a little ribbon cable that just comes out. I'll show you where that comes out from. We're not going to be doing anything with this half of the controller, so I'll just pop this to the side. And then here's the main part. Now the battery is loose, so don't worry too much about that. It's a little pull cable there. Let me just try and get this out just so you can see. You just give it a, if you've got a pair of pliers, that's fine, or you can use your fingernails and it just pops out. The ribbon cable comes out of this little, let's try and get a good light on that, this little bit here, and then to remove it you've got 1 screw. So I'm going to do that and then I'll come back. Okay, we've disassembled. So if I show you what you should have, okay, if we come over here, so what you should have is, there's the controller, there's your little thumbsticks, that screws off and it comes off. There's a little ribbon cable for the control pad, the touchpad, sorry, there's your touchpad. The little ribbon cable, when this is around the right way, it pulls out of there. It's not really focusing very well, but it comes out of there. So if you've got small fingers, brilliant, or pliers. There's a top half, and we'll be soaking this, giving it a bit of a clean, just to get rid of any imperfections. You've got your battery, you've got your little plastic bits that will be on top of the controllers. So in effect, when you take this section off, you'll have all your buttons in the holes, and then these bits will be on top like that. You just pop them off. What have you? Here's all your buttons. I'm going to give those a soak as well, just to give them a bit of a clean. There's all your screws. Now you've only got 5 screws and the reset switch. All of that is pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run that under some water, dry it, and then start the spray procedure, which is hopefully going to be this nice purple colour. So I've been reliably informed that you don't need a primer, so I'm going to see how it goes without a primer, and hopefully it'll all look hunky-dory. So yeah, I will speak to you all in a little while. Okay guys, we're back and the controller is finished. We're a week on from the previous recording. Basically, had a bit of a mare doing the paint the first time. Never painted anything in my life, spray painted, and I put it on too thick. So just be aware when you do that. Leave plenty of time between coats. Even if the can, like this was the can that I used, it says 30 to 50 minutes touch dry. Even though it says that, make sure you leave it a good hour between coats. Do it nice and thinly, otherwise yeah, you end up pushing down on these bits and having fingerprints and all that. But this is a great finish, feels nice on the hands, and what have you. So we're not quite there yet, because to go with the purple thing, I have a selection of white bits and pieces, and one of the things that comes with it is this, a white touchpad. Now basically what we need to do is get plastic bit and the copper wiring off of this and stick it onto the other one. So what you need to do, because you've got your ribbon cable, you just need to be very careful with it. So what I've got is I've got a blunt butter knife that I am going to slide under here. Between the copper chip and the plastic is a thin, almost sticky membrane, which you need to try and sort of not to wreck when you take it off. So the best thing to do is take your time, which is what I'm going to do. Take your time, go through it, make sure that you're happy with everything, and then it all just sticks on the back here, pretty much in the same way that it does on this one, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to try and take this apart, and I will be right back. Okay guys, and we're back. So here is the touchpad. I've still got pretty much the sticky bit on there, which is good. The other thing to worry about is the ribbon cable there. Just, you know, make sure that it's still stuck in. You've got a little brown, let's see if I can get decent focus on that. No. Okay. Anyway, on the bit where the ribbon cable goes, you've got a there we go. Just there you've got a little flip. So just make sure that that's down solidly. And now we're going to reassemble. So your white touchpad, you should just be able to slot it on as easy as that, really. The little bit, it just slots on nice and easy. There's a groove and stuff in there. You've got this plastic bit which was on top, so you just need to feed the ribbon cable through there, and then it goes back on its little widgets. I think it's in. It looks not quite in. Okay, that's fine. That's not an issue. There we go, we're in. Clicked in. Give it a good push, a few good pushes and what have you. Just give you a little tug just to make sure, and there we go. So we've got a new touchpad. So to go along with my new controller and colouring and everything like that, I have this, which is a larger battery. So the larger battery is there. So now what we need to do is we need to basically start the reassembly. So I put all my buttons and stuff out. So first thing we need to worry about, this bit is fine. That's going to stay as it is. No changes to that. The first bits and pieces we need to worry about are all these lovely buttons and what have you. So basically nothing gets moved, so I will leave it all that way. So for your, let's try and just get a good grip, for your R1 and L1 buttons, they should just pop off, like so. Just wiggle them off, that's fine. So I put them over there with the rest of the buttons. Screws have fallen over, which is always not good, because you want your screws all be in the same space. So your two trigger buttons, now these have got springs, so when you remove them you just want to be a bit careful you don't lose the spring, because you need the spring. So there's the spring, it's diddy, and you can quite easily lose it. So I'm going to show you. That's the spring. So we'll take the other one off. There we go. Spring goes down and what have you. So that's all of our buttons. So now what we need is we need all of our buttons and thumbsticks. We've got 2 springs. We've got 1, 2, 3 membranes. We've got our new battery. We've got the battery clip, which goes onto the front, that side. We've got our new touchpad, which will be fine, which will go on. And there, so we're going to start, basically, first thing we're going to do is just pop our 2 new thumbsticks on. They just literally press on. Job done. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to squeeze that on there if it will go. It doesn't want to go on that one, because I had it on the wrong way. Right, I'm going to put all of my buttons and everything back into here. Put the membranes on the back so that it's all in properly, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we've now got buttons, thumbsticks. There's the rubbers of that. I'm not going to spin it around properly because otherwise my options and that will come out. All of those. So now we need to connect this rubber cable, this ribbon cable, onto the motherboard. But the easiest way to do it is to put it all back inside this bit. So I'm going to do that, connect the touchpad, and then connect the front up, and then we're all done. So next time you see this will be when it's finished. Okay, so here we are. The grand reveal of this bad boy. And there it is. So it's all white and lovely jubbly. All the buttons feel okay. They all feel good. So, you know, only one thing to do, and that's to test it. So I'm going to go and test this, but thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with me, thanks for being patient, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Just enjoy the video. And you know, we'll see you again soon for some more customization stuff. So take it easy. Okay, just a quick one. Obviously, click subscribe down there or wherever it is. But just tested the controller and it's all hunky-dory. Touchpad works, everything works. So awesome. Just a little ending really. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.